Hello, and welcome to another episode of Tracy Takes On. I'm, of course, Tracy, and as you can see, I am solo yet again. We have some vacationing panelists, so I'm taking this all by myself today. There's not a whole lot to talk about in the news today in terms of politics, so we'll just get to it, make this as brief as possible. And then at the end, I have an announcement that I want to make sure everyone is aware of. So, of course, September the 18th is coming up. And that date, while it may not mean anything to most of us, is the date that there's going to be a rally in Washington, D.C. in support of the terrorists that invaded the Capitol on January 6th. Exactly why these people feel like they need a protest, I'm not 100% certain. They certainly have the right to protest, that's their right, but I hope there's a counter, hey, he didn't win protest, because this is just out of hand. I played you all a video on my other show, The Progressive Queens, and I'm going to play it here just in case you didn't see it. So if you give me a second here, I'm going to find that video and I'll be right back. So again, I finally found the video. I had to put it on pause for a second. So the video you're about to see is from a person in Ohio that's running for state senator for like US senator, I believe. And this is a great example of what I think Trump supporters have become. He's talking about, and I'll give you some background. So he's talking about the mandate that Biden has came out, and I don't even think it's a mandate at this point. I think it's a suggestion where he's saying, hey, if you're a business over 100 people, you need to start requiring your employees to get vaccinated or at minimum tested for COVID on a weekly basis. But again, this to me, he embodies, it would not surprise me if I found out he was a part of the January 6th protest, because he sounds just like him. So just like him. So I'm going to share this and I'll come back and offer my comment here. And this is directly off of his Twitter account. So he actually posted this. So let's watch it.
Hey guys, it's Thursday night, September 9th. I'm driving through Western Ohio. We're driving through a cornfield near a town called Loganville, Ohio. My blood is boiling, enraged at what I've seen in the White House today. Trampling on our freedom, trampling on our liberty, trampling on what I took an oath to defend when I joined the Marine Corps. Joe Biden, I'm not even going to call him President Biden, he's not. Joe Biden is creating a constitutional crisis. As I was driving through this cornfield, I literally came across this sign, this Trump sign. He is my president. I'm hoping and praying that the Supreme Court justices that he appointed to the U.S. Supreme Court will do the right thing and stand up for the Constitution, stand up for our freedom, stand up for our liberty. And if they don't, I call on my fellow Americans, do not comply. Do not comply with the tyranny. And when the Gestapo show up at your front door, you know what to do.
Okay, so we got to play some parts of that again, because there's some certain parts I want to point out. So unfortunately, you're going to watch this again and I'll pause it and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Let's see.
Hey guys, it's Thursday night, September 9th. I'm driving through Western Ohio.
Okay, now first of all, he's lying. He knew good and well he was going to go to this cornfield. Like all of a sudden he just rolled up on us like, you know what? Let me set my phone up hands-free or get somebody to tape this. He didn't just roll up on it. He knew he was going to tape it. He had already plotted this out before he got there. So let's keep going. That was the first thing I wanted to say.
Driving through a cornfield near a town called Loganville, Ohio. My blood is boiling, enraged at what I've seen in the White House today. Trampling on our freedom.
Okay, so how is keeping people healthy, trampling on your freedom. So my ability not to get sick from people like you is somehow trampling on your freedom. But you get sick and you're gonna go to the hospital when you have COVID, but you don't believe in the vaccine anyway. So why are you then going to the hospital? If you don't trust one state of medicine, why would you then turn around and trust another? Okay, let's keep going.
Trampling on our liberty, trampling on what I took an oath to defend when I joined the Marine Corps. Joe Biden, I'm not even going to call him President Biden. He's not. Joe Biden is creating a constitutional crisis.
Okay, what part of the Constitution is he reading? I don't know what he's talking about. He's saying constitutional crisis. And then of course he never goes on to explain it. But let's just keep going.
As I was driving through this cornfield, I literally came across this sign.
Again, he knew that sign was there from the get-go. He had planned this. If he's not driving by himself, he's got somebody holding his phone or his camera or something. He knew that sign was there.
Trump sign. He is my president.
No, he's not.
No. And I'm hoping and praying that the Supreme Court justices that he appointed to the U.S. Supreme Court will do the right thing.
Okay, so what's the right thing? He does realize there's 9 Supreme Court justices, so he's assuming that there'll be a 6-3 majority. What's the right thing? To make people sick? To say, sure, don't get vaccinated. Go crowd the hospitals, get COVID, possibly die. Okay, I don't know what he means when he says the right thing. And he never, of course, explains it.
And stand up for the Constitution, stand up for our freedom, stand up for our liberty. And if they don't, I call on my fellow Americans, do not comply. Do not comply with the tyranny. And when the Gestapo show up at your front door, you know what to do.
Okay, where's this Gestapo he's talking about? Is he meaning the police? Because I didn't think police officers had enough time to go door to door, find out who's not vaccinated. And is he calling for people to shoot people that show up to the door? What is he exactly saying? You know what to do. No, I don't know what to do. Why don't you tell me what you want to be done? People like this really, really make me sick. He knows good and well he's probably vaccinated. Let's get that straight. He's probably vaccinated. And he's going on constitutional crisis. Gestapo. Why didn't he just say that Trump is the second coming of Christ and just get it over with? Stop this. Just stop the idiocy. But this is going to be on display September the 18th. They're going to hold a rally and they're going to say things like what he just said. We're going to get riled up. It would not surprise me if it didn't get violent. I hope it doesn't. And I hope that the Capitol Police show up just like they did when Black Lives Matter decides to protest. I hope they show up in the same force. They probably won't. But this guy, I can't with people like this. I went on in my other video about how I think it's time for people to stop being selfish. I won't repeat the same thing because it's a different show. But that is the embodiment of every Trump supporter, like every single last one of them. Hello, this is Tracy, and I want to let you know that the video that you just watched is just a snippet. And to see the whole wonderful episode, you need to be a Patreon. The link to be a Patreon is in the description section. Please check it out and please support. We need as much support as possible. Remember, you can always subscribe to our page and be notified when we get new videos. But if you want to see the whole video in its entirety, unedited, just off the cuff, no filters, no anything, be a Patreon. You can start as low as just $1 per month or $5 per month. We'll start to have polls. Sometimes I'll drop into the Patreon once we get a couple more members. But again, I just want to encourage you to support us on the Patreon. The link is in the description, and have a fantastic day. Bye bye.